Let's see how I can fare against something that will hit hard after 5 turns. Well, even though Gengar is immune to 3 of Regigigas' moves, I still have to worry about Nature Power turning into Rock Slide. Okay, what you're reading here is true. When gathers here the most strong of trainers and the bodies of rock, ice, and steel, the king shall appear. So yes, you absolutely have to have the 3 Regis on you if you want to catch Regigigas. Yeah, that cry never gets old. It's a shame I don't get to hear it all too much. Alright, let's see how much I could do with one Psychic, because yes, my Gengar does know Psychic, and if it does about a third of its health, then I guess I'll only have to use Psychic 2 more times. Alright, how much is Psychic gonna do? Okay, not as much as I wanted to do. Okay, looks like I will have to use 2 more Psychics to put its HP in the red. Yep, I knew that was a critical hit. Okay, now to put it to sleep. Oh yes, if I accidentally kill Regigigas and I didn't save, then I have to beat the Elite Four again, so that way Regigigas will appear here. And I definitely don't want to do that because that's going to take up way too much time. Okay, I have 46 Dust Balls, so hopefully one of them does the trick. Okay, so wake again, so let's put it back to sleep. And yes, now at its full potential, as I just saw. Okay, good, Hypnosis connects. Well, now that it's at its full potential, I can't imagine how much damage I'll take from Rock Slide. Well, hopefully the battle will be over before I take any damage. Okay, still no captures. Oh well. Well, the good thing is at least Regigigas here doesn't have any healing moves, otherwise this battle would be a lot more annoying. Not only do I have to re-damage it, but there's also the threat of taking way too much damage from it, thanks to the fact that it hits really freaking hard. Oh, wow, woke up already after 1 turn? Man, I hate when that happens. Oh crap, here comes a Rock Slide. Oh, okay, good thing it missed. Well, Rock Slide doesn't have the best accuracy in the world. And Hypnosis doesn't have the best accuracy in the world as well. Okay, at least I connected this time. Okay, let's keep on throwing more Dust Balls and hope for the best. Oh boy, if only the heavy balls were in this game, then maybe catching this thing would be easier. Alright, there we go. We caught Regigigas. Alright, what do we have to say about it? Okay, very interesting. Alright, now to get out of here. But first, I'm just going to put Heatran back in the lead because that's going to be my main fighter in this place, since the majority of this place consists of Pokemon that Heatran can handle. Alright, so my next destination is Orbit City because Steven said he wants to see the 3 golems, so if I show the 3 golems to him, then he's going to give me the blue, red, and jade orbs, so that way I can counter the weather trio. So since getting out of here might take some time, I might as well talk about something. So it looks like I'm back talking about 7-star Terry battle events, and this one is a pretty hard Pokemon to deal with, a 7-star Metagross. That event started on May 9th and ended on the 11th, but it will come back on May 16th and end on May 18th. Its ability is Clear Body, its nature is Adamant, its Terra type is Steel, and knows the moves Meteor Mash, Zen Headbutt, Earthquake, and Thunder Punch. And its additional moves, Hone Claws, Iron Defense, and Light Screen. So what did I do against that thing? Well, believe it or not, it did take me quite a bit of time to capture that Metagross because it kept on getting critical hits on me. So I used my Skeledirge against that thing. So my Skeledirge had its hidden ability Unaware, and I gave the moves Torch Song, Protect, Scorching Sands, and Will-O-Wisp. So something you should know about that Metagross. As soon as the battle begins, it puts up that barrier, and also goes for Hone Claws. So what I did was, I used Scorching Sands in hopes that I would burn it because Scorching Sands has a 30% chance of burning the opposing Pokemon, which it did. And from there I just went for Torch Song so that way I can give myself a special attack boost. Although when the time reached 89 and 79% respectively, Metagross goes for Iron Defense. Well, that's kind of annoying, but as long as you have something to deal with Iron Defense, then you should be good. So yeah, after a few Torch Songs, I Terastallize into a Fire type, so that way Torch Song will do a lot more damage. Although, one thing that I wasn't okay with was the fact that it did that thing where it gets rid of your stat boost, as well as get rid of its modified stats, Metagross that is. And yeah, that kind of screwed me over one too many times. Although on one attempt, yeah, it did get rid of my special attack boost, but I didn't feel the full blow of its attacks because it was burned thanks to Scorching Sands. And when it did that thing where it got rid of its status, I just burned it again using Will-O-Wisp. And the reason why I had Protect on Skeletors is because when Metagross goes for that thing where it gets rid of all your stat boosts and whatnot, yeah, I had to use Protect so I could protect myself from the full blow of its attacks, but it looks like I didn't time that correctly. But luckily for me, on that one attempt, I managed to take all of Metagross's hits thanks to the burn. Okay, let's fly over to Orbrick City and show Steven the 3 Reggies. As for other Pokemon you can use against Metagross, well, I'm not too sure because I didn't really look into other Pokemon that you could use against that Metagross. Skeletors is the only Pokemon I could think of that you could use against Metagross. Yeah, sure, it does have Earthquake, but as long as you burn it or maybe find some way to lower its attack, then yeah, you should be good to go. Well, I do have a surprise for you, Steven. Yes, I know, I did that already. Well, what do you think? The Legendary Titans, or Legendary Golems, or whatever you want to call them. Your Registeel in particular, it's very beautiful, isn't it? Okay, we know you're a Steel type fanatic, but don't go crazy over Registeel. Okay, and as a reward, he's going to give me the Blue Orb, the Red Orb, and the Jade Orb. So that means I now have access to the Weather Trio. Okay, I'm not really sure if he wants to see them. If not, then next time I come back here, I'm going to fight Steven. Okay, he's talking about the story of Groudon and Kyogre. When they were fighting, Rayquaza came down and stopped them from battling. Or at least that's what people want us to believe. Yes, I am going to meet them, but first, I have to do some major adjustments. Okay, now he's going to tell me where I can find these 3. Underground cave filled with a large amount of water, I know where that is. A heated mountain surrounded by lava and molten rock, I know where that is, obviously. A place that stretches into the sky where only powerful trainers gather. I know where that is. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to make some adjustments. Be right back. I'm here again at Mount Cornet, but this time, I'm in the basement first floor where the lake is. Yes, the same lake where you can find Feebas. So I'm here because this is where you catch Kyogre. So why don't we talk about this thing? It's at level 70 and knows the moves Hydro Pump, Thunder, Double Edge, and Water Spout. Now, as you can see, I have both Quagsire and Alakazam with me because, first off, 3 of those moves can't touch Quagsire at all, so I only have to worry about Double Edge. And that's where Alakazam comes in. Just like with Entei and Ho-Oh, I have to use Skill Swap to give Kyogre Magic Guard so that way, when its HP is in the red, it won't die to recoil damage when it uses Double Edge. Okay, let's throw the red chain into the Rift, and the Blue Orb should be reacting. Alright, good. Now, hopefully I'm faster than Kyogre, because if not, then I might have to do something else. But I'm not really sure what that something else is. Well, Alakazam's pretty fast, so yeah, I'm pretty certain that I'm going to go first. So after I'm done switching abilities with Kyogre, I guess I'll go over to Dialga to weaken Kyogre. I could go with Quagsire, but then again, that might take too long because Quagsire doesn't have any stats over 100. So I'm going to go with Dialga so that way I can weaken Kyogre a little bit quicker. Thunder, well, if I go down to this, that's okay because Alakazam did his job perfectly. Okay, it managed to survive. Alright, even though I'm 20 levels ahead of Kyogre, it doesn't matter because it has pretty good stats, so hopefully I could do quite a bit of damage with Dragon Pulse. Hydro Pump, well, that's going to hurt like hell under the rain. But even though Dialga resists water type attacks, still, that's going to hurt a lot. Okay, that was a little bit of damage. Alright, how much can I do with 1 Dragon Pulse? If it does over half damage, then I guess I could chip away Kyogre's health using Ice Beam. Okay, that was a lot more than I expected. So I guess I could go with Ice Beam so that way Kyogre's HP is in the red. Of course, if it gets frozen, then that's okay too. But I'm not expecting it to happen because it's only a small chance that something like that would happen. Okay, good, no critical hits. Thunder again, well, if I get paralyzed, that's okay because I'm going to switch out Dialga anyway. Yeah, like that. Well, that's okay, because, as I said, I'm going to switch out Dialga. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Yawn to put Kyogre to sleep. Of course, if it does go for Double Edge, then I just go with Recover to get some HP back. Yeah, as I said, Quagsire doesn't have any stats over 100, so yeah, it is kind of hard to use this thing. Okay, I only have to worry about Double Edge, as I said, so yeah. I don't have to worry about potentially getting hit with a huge critical hit from either Water Spout or Hydro Pump, and I won't have to worry about getting paralyzed either. You have to do something so that way Kyogre will fall asleep next turn. Alright, there we go. How many net balls do I have anyway? 31? Okay, hopefully one of them does the trick. Well, wakes up after 2 turns. Gee, I'm not surprised. Okay, is it going to go for Double Edge? If so, then okay, I guess that's good, so that way I could get some HP back. No? Well, okay, that's okay. Well, I have to stop for time so that way Kyogre will fall asleep. Okay, let's continue throwing net balls and hope for the best. Alright, there we go. We caught Kyogre. Alright, what do we have to say about it in this game? Yes. I am very well aware of that. I'm surprised it didn't mention anything about feuding with Groudon, because I think I saw somewhere that Kyogre feuded with Groudon in a certain Pokédex entry. Alright, I'm done here, so let's move on to our next destination. I'm at the Pokemon League just down the waterfall, since that's where I can catch Rayquaza. And I also restocked up on Dust Balls again, just as a safety precaution. Now, Rayquaza knows the moves Fly, Hyper Voice, Outrage, and Hyper Beam. And as you just saw, I have my Clefable with me because I want to use Cosmic Power a few times, so that way I can tank all of Rayquaza's hits. Okay, so I'm going to weaken Rayquaza with Dialga, so that way I could put it to sleep a little bit quicker. Okay, surely you can't go down one hit to a Flash Cannon. Alright, how much is it going to do? Okay, that's perfect. Okay, Hyper Voice, well, I believe that's the only move it has that's under 100 power. Okay, now I'm going to go to Clefable, so that way I won't have to worry about Outrage, because if I let use Outrage, Rayquaza that is, then it could probably hurt itself due to the confusion, and I don't want that to happen. Hyper Beam, well, that's a strongest attack, so how much is that going to do? Yep, what did I expect? Okay, I'm going to use Cosmic Power a few times, so that way I could get my defenses up, so that way I could tank all of Rayquaza's hits. Okay, let's see if I can connect with the Sing. Okay, Sing has 55 accuracy, so yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay, hopefully Sing can connect this time. Alright, good. Now, I believe I have 60 Dust Balls on me, so hopefully one of them does the trick. Alright, let's go. Oh wow, staying asleep for a pretty long time. Okay, going for Fly, well, okay, might as well go for... Oh wait, why didn't I go for Sing? Okay, I guess it's because I thought maybe I'll be faster than Rayquaza. Oh well. Okay then, let's just try and connect with Sing and throw some more Dust Balls. Hyper Beam again, well, now that I have a whole lot of defense boosts, yeah, Hyper Beam's not going to do a whole lot. Barring critical hit, of course. Okay, let's continue throwing Dusk Balls and hope for the best. Alright, we caught Rayquaza. Alright, what do you have to say about Rayquaza in this game? Yeah, I think I've seen that Pokédex entry quite a few times. Okay, the Rift is going to disappear, and that only leaves one more Legendary, not counting Arceus, of course. So, I guess we're done here for today. Next time, we're going to go after Groudon and hopefully move on to bigger and better things. See you next time.